Hello everyone. A solid metal cube of edge 2 cm is moving in positive y direction at a constant speed of 6 meter per second. There is a uniform magnetic field of zero point 0.1 Tesla in positive z direction. The potential difference between the two faces of the cube perpendicular to the x-axis is. Now let's suppose this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis, and it is given that the cube have a constant velocity of 6 meter per second in y direction. So this is the velocity, and it is also given there is a uniform magnetic field of 0 0.1 Tesla in positive z direction. So this in this direction there is a uniform magnetic field and this direction is z direction. Okay, so now if you imagine in the 2D, this cube is moving in upward direction and there is a magnetic field up the plane. If you see up the plane there is a magnetic field, like let's suppose this is a cube and this cube is moving like this and magnetic field is in this direction B. Okay, so you can see already the only length which is perpendicular to the velocity is this, right? So the induced EMF will be along this length only. So we need not to consider this length and the height. We only need to know the length perpendicular to the velocity for the induced EMF, that too motional induced EMF. So let's draw it like this. Now it became a rod, right, which is moving with velocity 6 meter per second in this direction, right? Since the length along the length, since this length along the is along the velocity, right? So there won't be any induced EMF along this length, right, and along the height also. So now you can do it very simply. This is a rod which is moving with a velocity 6 meter per second, and if you see in the question, the length of the edge is given here 2 centimeter, right? So this is 0.02 meter length. So I will write here the induced EMF. Now you can see the length and the magnetic field and the velocity, all the three are perpendicular to each other. So I will just write BVL, right? No need to take components since all the three are already perpendicular. So I will write the magnetic field, if you see in the question, is 0.1. So I will write 0.1 into the velocity is 6 meter per second and the side length is 0.02. So just put all the values. So now you can see this will be 12 into 10 to the power minus 3, right? Okay, so now if you see the options, 12 millivolt is the correct option. Thank you.
Hello everyone, let's start the question. Question says that a power transmission line feed input power at 2300 volt, a step down transformer and its primary winding having 4000 turns. The output power is delivered at 230 volt by the transformer. If the current in the primary of the transformer is 5 ampere, its efficiency is 90% and the output current would be. So in the question we have to find power, we have to find out the output current. Okay, so in the question the efficiency is given, so we can write efficiency that is neta equal to 90%, that is 0.9. okay, so So we know that the neta is equal to the power output by power input. Okay, and for power we know that the formula is voltage into current. Okay, so for power output it will be voltage output into current output divided by the voltage input into current input. So we and the question has asked to find out the I output. Okay, so we don't need the extra information such that for 1000 turn. Okay, we can use these parameters V0, Vi and Ii and solve this question. Okay, so in the question the V0 is given 230 volt and the Vi is given 2300 volt and current input is given 5 ampere. So if we substitute the value here, the neta is 0.9 and this will be equal to the voltage output, that is 230 volt into the current output divided by the voltage input, that is 2300 volt into the current, that is 5 ampere, the input current. So here we see that this is cancelled out and it will be 10. So here we can write the current output equal to 0.9 into 10 into 5. So if we solve this, we will get 45 ampere. Okay, so if we check the options, the correct option is 45 ampere. So we can write the correct answer is 45 ampere. Thank you.
Hello everyone, the question says that arrange the following electromagnetic radiation per quantum in order of increasing energy. A for blue light, option B yellow light, option C X-ray, option D radio wave. Now we know. So first we will write, we know energy of electromagnetic radiation E always equals to h nu, where nu is frequency. Now it is clear, E is directly proportional to nu is frequency. So we also know, so frequency of, so radio wave, microwave, so this is our electromagnetic spectrum, infrared, visible, ultraviolet, X-ray and gamma ray. So we know about this spectrum. So it has high wavelength and lowest frequency. Gamma have highest frequency. So now first we have given blue light. So blue light will lie in visible spectrum. So it will lie in visible spectrum. This is for blue light. After that yellow light and X-ray and radio wave. So radio wave has the lowest frequency. So it has the lowest frequency, hence its energy will be less. So now we have to find out the order in increasing order. So for increasing order, so first we will check which have the lowest frequency. So lowest frequency is radio wave. Now D will be first. After that radio wave we have given X-ray. So X-ray have highest frequency. So X-ray have highest frequency, hence C will be having more energy because it has the highest frequency. Now visible. So out of the yellow and blue, so we also know VIBGYOR. Red have lowest frequency. After that blue and yellow. So yellow will have lowest frequency as comparison to blue because it is the order of decreasing frequency. Hence yellow have lowest frequency than blue light. So this option will here, B will come. After that, here Y will come, sorry, you have lowest frequency. So here, so yellow have lowest frequency, hence option B will come here because B stands for yellow light, and A and then C. So it will be our required order, that is D, B, A, C. That is option D. Hence option D is right.